Lettering Master is an incredibly powerful program, and I want to take a few minutes to help guide you through the interface, what things are available, so that it'll help you get familiar with what this program is all about. You can see that on the screen I have the software loaded, and the My Floriani Today page is front and center on the screen, and this is the page that will open up every time you open the software. It's the first thing you'll see. And a lot of times people will just click off of it and get going into the software, but it's very important to know what's available here. And because this is how you're going to contact tech support. This is going to give you the links that you need to find information. And so you can see that up on the top, first thing you see is R&K Software Club. And this is a club that is designed for all software programs provided by R&K Distributing. This is where you will find a lot of helpful resources, documents, videos, all sorts of things pertaining to this software and others. And so it's very important that you click on this link right here to join the club if you haven't already. And even if you have joined the club, you'll want to register your lettering master on the club. And this will just help get you going with a lot of resources, and this is where all of the update information, as the system gets updated, is where you'll find it. So the software club is a great resource to you. The links on the left hand side are equally as important. Whenever you have questions, you need help with some support, you click this link right here, and this will open up your web browser and just simply fill out the form. It's important that you provide your serial number. Just enter in the information with the question that you have, and if you have any suggestions for new features, things like that, this is where we direct people to go to present their ideas. Floriani Lettering Master new features. As we update the software, whenever we release one, we always provide a document that will help you see what's available, and you'll just click on this link and it will take you to the latest features of the software that have been added in an update. Chat with software owners. You click on this link if you want to access the forum. This is where you go when you have how-to questions. You can't quite figure something out and it's kind of more specific. We have a great user base that can help you with the more detailed questions of the software. Software support is there to help you get your software up and going, resolve any issues, but they're not going to be able to help you with as much the in-depth questions as the forum will. So you definitely want to click on the forum link as you get going with the software and you want to sign up for the forum. Any specials that are offered by R&K Distributing, you can click on this link and see what's currently available through your dealer. If you're interested in attending any events, seminars, expos, we have our calendar, a link to the calendar here. And anytime we do some announcements and stuff, you can click this link right here and it will take you to our announcements page. And if you ever have any questions about Stabilizer, we have a great resource in Ask Kaylee where there's a lot of documents there, but you can also email a question. So these links are very helpful. Please make sure you take the time to look at these because they will really help you get going with the software and help you find the resources that you need. Down at the bottom is links that you can click to create a new page, open a design. Open a recently used design. You can click on this link to figure out what's new, and this is a help manual that is provided with the software, and you can click that to go right into it. Typically what most people do is click create a new document, or they'll just close out this window. So I'm going to click on create a new document, and you'll notice that this will open up a new page, a new design page. So this is the design page that you will work from. It's kind of like your canvas, and this is where you'll do all your work in the software. Up at the top we have our menu items like file. This is where you'll go to maybe select a new work page, open a design or a project, save it, close it. Your standard print a design, print preview, your standard things under file. Under edit, you'll find all your edit tools. View will be things like viewing designs in 3D view, zooming, viewing stitches, stitch points, all the things that have to do with viewing a document or viewing a design will be located here. Tools are things that will help you do things like export fonts, import fonts, or access the preferences of the program. Under toolbars, this is where you can turn on or off the different toolbars in the software. By default, they're all on. I recommend that you keep them all on. But for instance, if you uncheck it, it'll hide the icons associated with the file, with the design, with text, a slow redraw. It'll close those things off. You can always open them back up just by going to toolbars and just selecting the different toolbar again. Help, you'll find that you'll have the Floriani Club. This is just a quick link to the club. The My Floriani Today. And just so you know, this Floriani one, that's the help menu that you can access from the My Floriani Today screen. You can click this link to go straight to a software support ticket to where you can fill out your information, ask the questions. This is where you go to activate your software and put your serial number. Check for updates will take you right to the page where you need to go to see if there's an update available, and about will just give you information about the software. So it's very straightforward in the help menus. Right below it you have your creating a new document, you have creating a new font. This is one of the primary functions of the software when you want to turn a TrueType font into an embroidery font. Here you can go and open, design, save, access, print preview, cut, copy, paste, simple functions of the software, undo and redo something. So as you're working, if you need to undo something, you can, or redo it. This is your zoom box where you'll be able to select different zoom options for zooming in to designs on your screen. This is the slow redraw button that turns this bar on and off that lets you preview how a design is going to stitch. If you click it, it goes away, this bar right here. And next is your text tool. So when you want to add lettering or create lettering to stitch out on a machine, you click this text tool. And this is for circle text, and this is for monogram text. Now there's going to be videos that show how to use these tools. So this is just an overview. This is for creating embroidery segments. That'll get explained in another video. And then you have all of your alignment tools. So when you select two objects, if you need to align them like to the left, to the right, to the top, this is just a really helpful tools to make sure you can get objects centered or in line with each other. And then you have your flip horizontally and flip vertically. Allows you to take something and just basically flip it or mirror it vertically or horizontally. And then you have rotate options. So selecting a design and rotating it. Down the left hand side you have the selection tool. You'll use the selection tool quite often to just select objects. A lasso select is something that you can use to select specific objects in a design, and it's just useful when you can't just click and drag over something where you have to kind of go around a shape. It's a great tool for that. The shape tool is also another one that you'll use quite a bit. This is how you edit things in the software. So you select objects, and when you click on this, it'll let you edit start points, end points, all sorts of different editing features are available, and you'll just there'll be a video showing you how to do that. This is your zoom magnifying glass, where when you select this you can zoom into an area. You can right mouse click to zoom out, left mouse click to zoom in, and you'll use the zoom tool quite often. Next is a ruler. This will help you measure things in a design. Then you have a 3D view. This turns stitches into a more realistic view when it's on. This is the view grid. You can turn on and off the grid that's in the design window by clicking this icon. You can also load a hoop in your design page, and this is helpful whenever you're working with a specific size of hoop, or if you only want it to design to fit within a specific hoop you have, you can load that in. Down at the bottom you have design colors. So design colors are thread charts that are loaded, where you select objects and you click on the color in order to change the color of the object. And you have a bunch of thread charts here that you can choose from. By default, it's the Floriani polyester thread, but you can choose any of the thread charts that you want. You can search for a color. This search works with the currently loaded thread chart. Then you have what's showing the current color right here, and then you can click these arrows to scroll through the colors. And when you have something on the screen, a design, the colors that are currently being used in the design will show up above right here. So it's only going to show the colors that are currently being used in the design. It's just a helpful, easy way to keep track of the colors that you're using in a design. On the right hand side we have our properties. This is where you'll change the properties of objects. Like when you're working with text tool, everything will be controlled within this area, and there'll be videos that show what kinds of things that you can change properties of. And then you have the sequence view, and the sequence view is shows you a running list of your design from the first thing that stitches out to the last, and it makes it easy. You can select objects from the sequence view, but it just gives you an overview of the design. And there's a lot of things you can do within the sequence view, which there will be videos on that as well. So this is the main screen of the software. This is where if you loaded a design, like merged a design in, you would merge it into here. If you wanted to add text, you would use these text tools right here. The second part of this software is creating your own fonts from TrueType fonts. Or if you've purchased a font from somebody, and let's say you have a file for each letter, they're all in embroidery, you can map those fonts in and turn it into a keyboard font. So to access that area, you click this create a new font icon, and when you do that, the screen is going to change a little bit. So let's go ahead and click the create a new font icon. You can see right away that it looks much different than the previous page. Your tools have gone away on the left hand side. This whole area where the properties box was and the sequence view is totally changed. You have different tools available, and this is done to make it easy for you to focus on turning your TrueType fonts into embroidery fonts or mapping your fonts that you've maybe purchased. So having this up here kind of strips away the things that you don't need at that time. And there'll be a lot of videos on how to use these tools, but basically you can create a new font, an open font, create a new page that lets you. So this will open up your fonts. It takes you back that you a regular maybe have already created and saved that you can bring into this work area. This is where you would go to access your TrueType fonts. You would access these in order to convert them into embroidery fonts. This is where you go to map fonts. This icon right here lets you, like if you've purchased a font from somebody and you got them in a design format, like you have one file that's the uppercase A, another file that's a B, C, D, and on, you will be able to select those individual designs and bring them in and make them into a font, and there will be a video that shows how to do that. And then you have different options for kerning and importing kerning from fonts, and that'll be explained as well. And this icon right here turns this properties area on and off. So if I click it, it goes away. If I click it again, it comes back. Typically, everything you see on the right hand side is designed to work with fonts that you've purchased, that aren't just standard fonts from this software, where you would be purchasing them online and then you're wanting to convert them into a keyboard font for this system. And that's when these areas become available, and that's when you utilize them. So if you're just creating your own font from TrueType fonts, you can go ahead and turn that off, and so that you have more area to work with those TrueType fonts. And like I said, there will be more videos on how to work with those. But this is just an overview of the software, how it's laid out. The neat thing with the software is when we got into this page, we told it we wanted to create a new font, but it still kept the other page open. So when I click, it brings me back to the design page, and you can have multiple designs, multiple fonts you're working on. I can click this new font again, and it will open up another page where I can work on creating a font. This is the original, this is the new one, this is the going back to the design page where I can merge a design in and add lettering, or just add lettering without merging a design in. But those are the two different kind of workspaces in this software. Is your standard page for creating your lettering for your machine, and another one for creating a font that you can use in this software, or you can export it to be used with like Floriani Total Control if you own that. So that's a general overview. Make sure you watch the other videos on this software, as they will go through the tools in depth so that you can learn how to use each and every one of them.